So, hello everybody. Tonight it's Heather with Flying Unicorn um, on our weekly Wednesday night Ustream. It's just a good time to get together and learn some crafty, fun stuff. So tonight we're going to do some shabby chic frames. A couple announcements before we get started here. Song is up next week with something fabulous from Song. She always is. And then also pre-orders are coming up on the 20th already. Absolutely crazy how time flies. And to top out the rest of the month, Song actually has the last 2 weeks of the month. So unless something changes. So I don't think there's any other announcements that we have to talk about. I don't think so. So let's see who's all here tonight so far. So hello, Alda, Beatrice, Diva, Janelle, Julie. I think, and Lydia's here. She's moderating tonight. So, okay, well, let's just get started here. I'll watch the chat as I go along, so excuse the camera. We're going to be switching. Okay, is that better, guys? Maxim's ear is doing good, if you can't tell by him screaming upstairs. My hand is healed, my stitches are out. I do have a tender spot on the one spot, so. Okay, so tonight, we're going to do some altered frames. We're going to use some crackle, and we're going to work on that technique. So these are, let me know if it gets blurry. I have, oh, thank you. I have, no, I don't remember what I was going to say. I was all sidetracked with the fingernails. So we're going to get started. I do have some already prepped, so we'll just get going. They are going to be a little bit different. We are going to do the smaller, the square versus the rectangle. Alda didn't have any more of these left in the store, so I think because I bought them all. Hi, Camille. So I do have prepped 2 already. Make sure they're right side up. And then we are going to actually prep this one from start to finish. So I simply use, am I blurry? Yeah, let me know if I'm blurry. I hope I'm not blurry. I can do a little bit of an adjustment, but. So I'm just using some gesso, and we're basically just going to do a nice coat all along all sides of this. I am using the Prima wooden trays. I think somebody asked that. They're pre-made. Alda has the square ones in the store. That's why we're going to do the square ones. Depending on how you want to display these, if you want to display them on an easel, like I did for my photography, I suggest doing the back side, painting the back, depending on where you have them in your house. Also remember to get the, these are somewhat prepped to hang on a wall. I had the darling husband drill holes, and you'll see that when we get to that process. So basically you just want to do a nice layer of gesso just to give it a good coat. I got a lot. I gotta thin it out a little bit. And then the important part with this crackle that we're going to be doing is you have to let it dry naturally. If you heat set it, it's not going to crackle. It's not going to crackle as much. If you do a thin layer, you'll have little crackles. If you do a thick layer, it will take longer to dry, but it will also crackle more. I just got paint in there. Sorry, I gotta wipe my hand off. I just have to make sure I don't dump my paintbrush in my coffee. The gesso, you don't have to actually, you don't have to let that dry naturally. You can actually heat set that. That's fine. No worries there. Should I move over a little bit? No. So I'm just going to dry this really quick. Hi, Vita. One thing with the crackle paint is if you're very humid, it will take a lot longer. And I just don't think it works as well. Is there enough light? You know what? I forgot to turn on one of these lights. Is that better? I'm blind, but okay. The next part is we are going to actually take some inklings, and this is Penny for Your Thoughts. And of course, my spray bottle is right there. Now, Shona is the shimmer's queen, so. And basically, all I did was I did a very light layer, including the inside. And you don't have to do the whole back because we're going to be covering that with the paper. So you just, I'm trying to, I think shimmers, wasn't there going to be some new ones in the store, I'm thinking? And then just make sure you kind of get, wherever you're going to put the crackle is where you're going to want to put a color underneath. So the nice thing about tonight is we'll be doing other things while our crackle paint is drying. And the nice thing about my house is we do wood heat. And if anybody's ever been to my house is very warm, a very dry warm. Mary, which I'm not sure if Mary's in here tonight, she has been here before, and it's very warm. You don't freeze at my house. My children run around half naked practically. So I'm just going to get a nice layer going. Ah, Lydia. Better? So, my neighbor girl, she's got a little, Ari's probably 2 years old now. He might have an earache, and so she had called me asking me if I had anything. And I'm like, well, yeah, Maxim's got earaches. I got drops. So she was going to just keep an eye on him, and if she needed something, I told her I'd be home all night. So I may be getting a stop from the boys to pick up the eardrops, but I have them sitting out on the counter. And that wasn't quite dry yet. That one's a little bit darker. Yeah, that's right, Camille. Is that better? Have you moved yet, Camille, or are you still in the process? Penny for your thoughts is the kind. It's more of a brown. It's just a dark brown. It's almost a copper. Got a little bit of a copper tone to it. So basically, still a couple more weeks. Oh, that's got to be getting exciting. That'll be, I will never move again. I don't know how Lydia's done it moving continents before, but I moved down the street and said I was done, so someday I might downsize. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to clean our brushes. And we're just going to let these dry. We could probably heat set them. I want to actually get one other thing going, so we're going to just set those aside. Alda has this ribbon in the store, and we're going to actually spray it and set it aside to dry too. So I'm just going to kind of cut and measure. I will go through the dimensions here in a second. So for the ribbon, basically all I did was I did grab some Color Bloom spray, the worn leather, which is it's kind of another brown. You want to shake it up really well. All the sediment or the mica gets stuck on the bottom. So shake it up really good. And then basically I just kind of sprayed. I soaked it up with the rest of it, like that. And there our ribbon is. So we're going to set that aside also to dry. I'll put it underneath the light here. Okay, so our ribbon is drying, and all of this will come together here shortly. We're going to go back to our crackle. I'm going to heat set these here to make sure they're nice and dry. That's one thing that you do want to make sure is that they are dry before you put the crackle over. You'll end up with a catastrophe. And trust me, I did it last night on another project, and it was not pretty. Oh, good, Janelle. I'm glad you're creating. It's always nice to see what you come up with. Oh, Camille, I could organize you. Well, Camille, just think, once you're all done moving and organizing, you'll be creating up a storm. Janelle, I give you credit. I could not do the Prima one. That one is very intimidating. So your injections are working then, I see. I hear footsteps. I'm not sure what they're doing, but I hear footsteps. So we are going to actually use the Deco Art crackle paste tonight. This is a very thick consistency. And honestly, I think you just have to go a little bit fast with it. It gets very crusted, like it's kind of crusted. And in my house, it just kind of starts to crackle as it dries. You can actually watch it crackle. And I just do, it's almost like a paste. They say paint, but it's not really a paint. It's very thick. If you can see how thick it is on my brush, you can't, you know, it's not coming off there. So just make sure to get, I have a very squeaky chair and it's very irritating. Sorry, guys. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be flawless. It's crackle. It's going to crack. And I'm also, I usually scrap and stand up, so. Oh my chat's not. That is crackle. It's crackle paint. It's thick where you would think it's a paste, but it's actually paint. Sometimes I can't do two things at once, such as paint and... So then once this starts to crackle, I'll show you here. Now, Alda did say she was getting some of this in the store, so. Okay, on to the next one. My kids are giggling. I can hear them. I'm so glad you guys can't. Yep, so as it dries, it starts to crack and separate. So the underlying color you put on starts to show through. And like I said again, the thicker it is, the bigger the cracks. And do not heat set this. This will not crackle. I think it does still crackle a little bit, but you don't get the same effect. I think it takes away from that. And I'm pretty liberal with it. And I don't really... I would love to go yell at my children right now because they are supposed to be sleeping. And they're not. I got one more side to do on this side. Well, that is true. At least they're giggling. But my daughter is cranky in the morning. She's not a morning person by any means. So, oh my gosh, I can see where this conversation is going. No, Diva, you actually don't have to, you don't heat set this. It's probably, it won't crackle as much as if you heat set it. The nice thing with this crackle paint is it dries fairly fast depending on your environment. Now I have a very dry heat here. My scrapping room is probably about 80 degrees. And it's probably 40 degrees outside. That's just because I'm a freeze baby. And my stuff tends to dry quite fast. Now I know humid, Olivia's painting friend Tracy that she paints with, she is in San Diego and it can be kind of humid there. And she puts her stuff outside and lets the sun do it. So I guess it's all demographically or geographically kind of where you are to how long it's going to take. Florida, I have a feeling Alda, who has no patience when it comes to crackle, she's told me that. It would probably take her a while for it to crackle, for it to really set, just due to the humidity level with the ocean and such. So now I am almost done with this one, and this one is, the big one is already crackling. So this does work fairly. Do I have all my sides? I think I have all my sides. I'm just going to get some of this off this brush. Okay. So now let me pick this up. Okay, I'm going to... I don't know if you guys can see that. It's already cracking. Yeah, Alda would probably have to start 3 days ahead. So, yep, I don't know if you guys can, it's so hard to see. It's already starting to crack. So we're just going to actually set this one aside. Ooh, I got some big goobers on there, though. That's going to take forever if I don't fix that. Sorry. So, yeah, this big one is already starting to crack. One of the fastest crackles. I hope you guys can see it with the camera. It is very hard to really get the effect on the webcams like that. So we're just going to let those sit. We have our ribbon sitting. Drying my brushes. I gotta do my fingers here. And we could actually paint our molds and set those aside and let those dry. So for this particular, oh, I got another, oh, it's already on there. Sorry. See it from a different angle, I want to change something. So I actually pre-cut, you guys didn't want to watch me rip. We're going to, first of all, paint our molds. Now, I don't remember what collection this came from. These are ones that Lydia had sent me. We're going to use the Violet Opal that came with the April kit. This is the one that changes color depending on the type, the background. Now, for an example, oh shush you guys. Violet gold. So it's violet on the white, gold on the black. If you can kind of see that. How my... Okay, yeah, you're all going to think I'm crazy, but that's okay. So, we're going to just paint these and we're going to set those aside too. Oh. And you can tell I use this a lot. I do use this one a lot. And nothing too fancy. I just wanted to add some color to these. There's kind of a gold... Oh, wait, no, that's the other line. Violet pinkish hue to these on the paper, but... So we'll set those aside. Like I said, Camille, I could organize you in a heartbeat. I've tried to talk Lydia into letting me stay for like a week afterwards and organize her, but her and I are too different when it comes to that. I'm rubbing off on her, though. I do have a surprise at the end of the night, but we'll talk about that more later. I'm still waiting for Prima to come out with new colors for their magic opals, or not their magic opals, but their metallic. They have a new red coming out and a couple other new ones coming out. I already told Alda I want a set, so we'll just finish painting this. I actually used this on a project this week, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, I know what I used it on. Okay, so those we'll set aside. Oh, Janelle, I would not faint. I would be in heaven if I got to organize something. I love organizing. Absolutely love it. April 15th is when the new paints come out. Put me on that list. You know why you have to put me on that list? Lydia laughed at me. I've already saved spaces for the new colors on my color chart. Okay, Alda's gonna think I'm crazy. Okay, so let's see how these are cracking. Ooh, these are looking good. They're not quite dry, but they're getting there. Cracking nice. I don't know if you guys can see the crack on the side. Ask Lydia if she made it with the Prima molds. She made them and sent them to me, and I'm not sure. I don't even know what kit they're, or what set they're from. So the next step while these dry is we are going to measure out our paper to go in here. We did do a background paper and also some antique piano paper. These are actually 6x4. Oh, how are they again? 4x4, 5x5, and 6x6. So the inside actually measures 5 1/4, 4 1/4, and 3 1/4. So I measured them exactly to the inside because I'm going to rip and make a little bit of a jagged edge here. I did prep 2 of them because I don't think you guys really wanted to watch me really rip paper. So, and then once we rip the paper, we're just going to distress it. Okay. I just used the Tim Holtz walnut stain. I'm actually down to, the Ustream specials are good for 1 week till the next Ustream. I'm down to my last dauber, although my daughter says she swears she is not using them. I don't know where they're going. I have a dauber thief in my house. So, who knows, it could be the boy too. Now, Vita, I ended up with mine. I put them in there, I molded them, and then I popped them out when they were still wet. And they didn't seem to, change shape or anything. So we're also going to tear some piano paper. I didn't know if my 1 sheet would be enough. This paper is from 1899. So this is old paper. I picked this up at a vintage store in town. And I really always try to, if I can find it cheap, I pick it up. So I know I should set up hidden cameras, those little stinkers. And I just inked the edges a little bit on this just to give it a little bit more definition. I'm sorry, and I like to see the music notes, so I might be able to. Oh, I love the old piano paper. I play piano when I was running out of pages to rip out of my old books because they're all songs I play. Really? You guys are talking that clay, and I just have what we got in the kit once. I think it was Wow or something. Okay, I don't know if you guys... I don't know if you can see that. It's cracking pretty nice. So... Now, pretty much we're at the... we're going to be very gentle as we assemble these. They're still drying. They are cracking. I hope you guys can kind of see that effect. I'll take some pictures, some close-ups of this, and then post it tomorrow to actually so you can see the cracks. But now we're on the assembly portion of the show. So we have our paper. I also used the Prima die. I think there was a link to the store. And I cut out, so you guys, I'm saving you a whole bunch of, although the camaraderie is great, you guys really don't want me to do this. I cut out a large number of leaves for stuffing purposes. I like to stuff my leaves. But I did use the Moroccan foliage, Prima die on that. Okay, we have some pretty pearls. We have some applique, very pretty appliques we're going to be putting on. And of course flowers. You can never go wrong with flowers. The ribbon is for after. And these are pretty much dry also. So we are pretty much set to assemble. Is that too much crap on my stuff on my desk? I hope not. Okay, so let's get gluing. And of course I didn't get my glue down. Oh, my thing isn't... Good night, Mary. Okay, so let's start gluing. We'll throw these puppies together right away. And be careful because we're still not quite dry. Well, Janelle, Lydia brought up a good point the other day. To buy more than one, and if I come across another Prima die for the leaves, I will be picking it up because she had a point. How many times do you have to run that through your machine to get all of these leaves instead of having two dies, and then that way you get twice as many, which was a great idea. So basically I'm just slapping this in there. Well, I'm not slapping it, but I love those leaves. Although depending on the project, I got to make sure I'm upright. Where's my holes? Depending on the project, sometimes these leaves are a little bit too big. I gotta rip that. It's too big. I suppose I should tell you which paper line I used. I did use the, excuse me, Vintage Emporium, which I think there was a link to that. I gotta make sure my notes are upright too. Because if anybody knows piano and you put that upside down, they're gonna think you're nuts. Okay. So we're actually gonna start with the little one. We're gonna use these two. We're gonna put those on there. We're gonna put there and there. I got glue on my hands. So basically we're just going to start doing a lot of layering. So we're going to layer the applique. I really hope I'm at the top. I am. Okay. Because my ribbon will not work if I'm not. Is that... Let me try something here real quick, guys. Is that a little bit better? You can see it a little bit more. Sorry. Okay. Just going to put the molds on. Now, some of these are kind of curved, and I remember last time I did a Ustream, I tried to kind of flatten them out, and I think I broke one. I know with the one mold I had, the material I could move it around. I'd get it wet, and so I'm just going to put some lace on, which actually I think I forgot to do. There's that. We're going to go on this side again. Mixing it up here. I just want to tuck this under here. That's what's nice about the beacons, is you do have a little time to manipulate it a little bit. Okay. So I am using the Prima. We'd gotten them in an October kit. They are the Manhattan Fifth Avenues. I like these. I think they're pretty versatile as far as they work well with things. But that's my alarm telling me that I got 20 minutes left. So basically I'm going to just start plopping, putting them in there. I usually start with the bigger ones and I work to the smaller ones. The smaller ones are easier to manipulate and put in there. I'm also using some Kaiser Craft Dusky Pink. to help fill. I gotta do some trimming here. I have stuff flying all over my room usually. I gotta just there's a reason I did that. Okay. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll actually, my focal flower, my focal point of my flower, I will actually raise it up on like a piece of cardboard or something to kind of be able to tuck underneath there. If I really want to add dimension to it. Did I glue that one down? I did. Okay. I gotta kind of squish it apart there. Okay, I also have some smaller flowers to do as fillers. I'm gonna start adding some pearls. And the leaves. I think I'm missing out on the chat here, but I missed something about food. And I'm not sure what it was. Oh, somebody is still up upstairs. I hear stuff falling on the floor. Oh, my pretty nails are all messed up. That's okay. We are doing the pond this weekend, and after this weekend, my nails will be gone for the summer. I don't have nails in the summer due to gardening, so I actually cut them short. Way short. Like almost down to the quick. They wear holes in my gardening gloves, and I go through about 5 to 6 pairs of gloves a season. We have 2 acres of land, and about 1 acre of it is gardens. So if I had to guess how much. So we could talk gardens sometime. I could talk gardens any day. Getting glue built up on my tweezers. Way much glue on my tweezers. Okay. I think, I don't know, is that it? Do I want to add more? I'm not quite sure. So now I'm going to start tucking some leaves in. Joanne, are you getting married? silver flashing tape. Yeah, Camille, that's... My husband told me no more gardens. He's done. He's not making any more, and I actually told him, you know what? I think I'm happy now. I did want a pet cemetery one because we have our animals buried in the yard, and I didn't get that, though. So he said no. My fingers are so full of glue right now, it's not even funny. And I gotta get tucking on these leaves. So everybody better stick around for the end of the show. I promise Jean is not coming out. I think Jean won't come out till camp now. Or maybe some other alter ego of Jean, but... Oh, my leaves. So, what are you making, Diva? Well, Diva might have to have her own Ustream if she's making something, because I would be there in a heartbeat. Oh, Camille, wouldn't that be just terrible? The nice thing about mine is they are buried 6 feet deep. So I live out in the country and we have backhoe, and so the one animal was actually buried with part of the couch. So, well, it was his couch. Why not take it with him? So, I think I need one more. Does that have to be disclosed, Camille, in the buyer's papers? I don't know. What's on the leaves? I distressed everything. So I told you guys I didn't think you wanted me to watch me do that. So I did all of my distressing beforehand. And this is all the vintage Emporium paper. And I just used a 6x6 pad. And I think I used, I don't know, well, I made 2 sets, so more than that. I think I used like 6 or 7 pieces of paper. It wasn't very much. So now I'm just kind of filling in the holes. And we have what do you think so far? You think there's enough on there? I might add more after we're off air, but we'll see. So then now is the final step. And then these are done. We need to attach some ribbon to it so we can hang it on a wall if you so choose to do it. So basically my husband used, I don't know what size drill bit he used. I do have a Dremel that I could put a drill bit on if I needed to. I had to get the Dremel out last night, but that is another whole story. And he just drilled the holes. I shoved the ribbon through it. Actually, I usually do 2 knots. And I shouldn't be doing this with icky, sticky fingers, but... And I just took a toothpick and shoved it through the hole. I still hear those kids upstairs. Okay, so there is one. Now, can you guys see the crackle on that? If I don't move really, really calm and quiet. Where's my tweezers? There it is. Why, thank you, Lydia. Did you need some ribbon? I'm just being a smarty pants. Well, I think I'm gonna go ocean theme when I redo my bathroom, but oh, come on through there. Now it's not gonna want to go through. Oh, really? Alda said I can't swear on Ustream. This is going to irritate me. It's right there. I can barely get it. You know, I don't get nervous until something like this happens. Okay, we'll try it one more time. I got about 8 feet of ribbon stuck in there. There we go. It's through now. Well, that just, I better hurry up. Oh my goodness, I'm running out of time. Thank goodness this is the last part of it. And I forgot to close my glue. Any questions so far, anybody? Oh, these, yes, thank you, Diva. So basically, tie the 2 knots, and I won't have you guys watch me do the last one to fight with this ribbon. I will just do that off air, just to kind of give you the idea that I just drilled the hole. Now, I don't know, can you guys see that crackle? Can you see how it did not take long, especially down here in this corner? Do you guys see it? I see it. Yeah, this one crackled really good. And this is just letting everything air dry. Now, I got glue. Do you guys see the crackle? Oh, that one's not. You can't see that one as much. So, yes. So here is a 3-piece wall decor. I will tie this last ribbon on when you're done. Now, let me... I need a skewer. I have my longer toothpicks. They weren't great for splattering, but yes, I do need a skewer. They're in the kitchen. Let me flip it around, and then I have one more announcement. Hold on. Bear with me. Oops, wrong camera. Okay, I'm back. Oh shoot, I'm way over here. Okay then. Okay, so I have, oh my gosh, I lost it. Everybody ready? I have a number in my hand, and Lydia knows the number too. 0 to 100. Start. I'm giving this set away. Doesn't matter. Anywhere in the U.S. Start. And I'm going to watch, and when I say stop, I'll let you know who got it. Hopefully. Love the shutter idea. Not sure. Thank you guys. And also thank you guys for coming. Don't forget to join us next week for song. Okay, the numbers are rolling. Thank you, Lydia. Keep going. Diva. You're so funny. Keep going. I haven't seen it yet. Haven't seen it. Oh, this could be fun. Ooh, almost. Oh, no, U.S., it doesn't matter. Anywhere in the world. Come on, Joanne, give me an answer. Does not matter. I don't mind shipping. I'm good with that. Oh my God, I haven't seen the number yet. Oh, come on, you guys. Ooh, so close. Nobody has gotten it yet. So close, that's what I said. So close. Oh, Diva. Nobody's guessed it yet, Diva, so keep guessing. Ooh, another close one. My eyes are starting to... Oh, close again. I'm trying to hint, but you guys have a leg. So, yes, this fabulous prize could be won tonight if you pick the right number, which is in my hand. Shall I showcase the other one as you still all continue to pick? Somebody's going to have to just start from one. I didn't think it was going to be that hard of a number. Oh my goodness, this is the longest. Okay, how about we do 1 to 50? How about 1 to 50? Oh my goodness. Oh, Diva, it's you. 43. Diva got it. Let me open it up. Holy moly. 43. Diva got it. Yay, Diva. You guys. Stop. Diva won. So, very cool, you guys. Very cool. Diva got it with the 43. So now who's texting? Yep, Diva got it. Very cool. Diva, I have your address, so I am good to go on that. Yes, I do have your address. I had to think about that. So, I want to thank you all again for coming tonight, and I hope the crackle paint, you can kind of play with that a little bit, let it dry naturally, and it should crackle. Put a color underneath that you want to come through. Don't do red. I did red yesterday. It did not go well. Otherwise, congratulations, Diva. I will get these out in the mail tomorrow. And don't forget song next week. So 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 Central. And I want to thank you guys for coming. So I'm going to stop recording. It is 9 o'clock on the dot.